Hello, little ones. Welcome to Storytime with me, Zoza. Our story for today is called The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between green hills and blue rivers, there lived a cheerful, curious boy named Nico. Nico was 7 years old, had curly brown hair, eyes like warm tea, and a laugh that made even the grumpiest goat smile. Nico lived with his mama and papa in a cozy cottage with yellow curtains and a roof made of red tiles. His family had sheep, lots and lots of fluffy, bouncing, baaing sheep. Every day, those sheep needed someone to watch them while they munched on grass up on the hillside. And that someone was Nico. Mama packed him a lunch basket each morning. Bread, cheese, a green apple, and a cookie shaped like a star. Papa handed him his wooden shepherd's staff and said, "Take care of the sheep, Nico, and if you see a wolf, shout loud so we can help." Nico promised. "Yes, Papa, I'll shout really, really loud." He climbed the hill, sat under his favorite tree, and watched the sheep nibble grass. It was peaceful. It was quiet. It was boring. After 3 days of doing the same thing, watching sheep eat, sleep, and poop, Nico was so bored his brain felt like mashed potatoes. "Nobody ever visits me," he sighed. "Nothing ever happens." He stared at the village far below. Everyone was working. The baker was baking. The blacksmith was hammering. The kids were helping their parents. No one was playing. No one was laughing. Then Nico had an idea. A sneaky, tricky idea. He stood on a rock, cupped his hands around his mouth, and shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! There's a big, scary wolf!" The villagers dropped their tools. The baker tossed his dough. The blacksmith left his fire. Mama and Papa ran up the hill, huffing and puffing. "Where is it?" they cried. Nico laughed so hard he snorted. "Hee hee, gotcha! There's no wolf, I was just playing." The villagers frowned. Papa looked stern. Mama crossed her arms. "Nico," she said gently, "that wasn't funny. We were scared. Don't cry wolf unless there's really a wolf." Nico nodded. "I'm sorry, I won't do it again." But the moment they left, he giggled. That was fun. A few days later, Nico was bored again. He juggled apples. He sang to the sheep. He made a crown of dandelions and wore it like a king. But still, so quiet, so same. He looked down at the village, and once more he shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! Help me! Help me!" The villagers came running again, faster this time. Papa had a shovel. Mama had a broom. The baker brought a rolling pin. But when they reached the hill, all they saw was Nico, rolling on the grass, laughing. "Tricked you again," he said. "Still no wolf, just me." Now the villagers were angry. The blacksmith huffed. The baker stomped. Even Mama looked hurt. Papa said, "Nico, people won't believe you next time. Don't joke about danger." Nico felt a little bad. A teeny bit, but not enough. "Okay," he mumbled. "No more tricks." But inside, he was already thinking about the next time. The very next week, as the sun was going down and the sky turned pink and purple, Nico sat on the hill drawing shapes in the dirt. The sheep were quiet, too quiet. Suddenly he heard a sound. Crack, crunch, snap. From the forest edge, glowing eyes. A low growl, a shape with pointy ears and a long bushy tail. It was a real wolf. Nico gasped. He grabbed his staff and shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! Real wolf! Help!" Down in the village, people paused. The baker said, "It's just Nico again." The blacksmith muttered, "Not falling for that trick a third time." Even Mama and Papa looked at each other. Papa sighed. "He's probably pretending again." No one came. Nico screamed louder, "Help! Please! The wolf is taking the sheep!" But no footsteps came running. No broom, no shovel, no rolling pin. The wolf chased the sheep. They scattered and bleated. Nico tried to chase the wolf away, waving his staff and yelling. But he was just a little boy. The wolf ran back into the woods, 2 sheep in its mouth. The rest of the flock was gone. When the sun had fully set and the stars blinked awake, Nico walked down the hill. His head was low, his cheeks were wet. He knocked on his cottage door. Mama opened it. "Nico," she said, kneeling, "are you okay?" He burst into tears. "Mama, there was a wolf. It took our sheep. I yelled and yelled. No one came." Mama hugged him tight. "Papa came too." "I'm so sorry," Nico whispered. "You were right. I lied too many times. No one believed me." Papa looked at him kindly. "We're not angry. We're just glad you're safe." The next morning, Nico stood in the village square. He told everyone what had happened. He said sorry for tricking them. He promised to be honest always. And guess what? He meant it. The villagers forgave him. Together, they helped build a tall fence around the pasture and a little hut for Nico to sit in when he watched the sheep. Now, he wasn't alone. Kids visited. Adults brought snacks. Nico became the best shepherd ever. And he never, ever cried wolf again. The moral of the story: always tell the truth. Even a little lie can grow big and make people stop trusting you. But if you're honest, kind, and brave, people will listen when it really matters. Goodbye, little ones. See you next time.